Hey, what's going on, guys? Solano'n Sabiki here. Just wanted to make a quick video showcasing the Mirage F1C-200. I picked it up while it was on the 50% sale on console, and I just started playing with it. It's definitely been a learning curve for me, but I am enjoying it so far. So I'm running a straight air-to-air loadout on this thing. I'm just going straight up for other bird kills. I'm running two Matra Super F30Fs, two Matra Magic Sidewinders, and just the Matra R530. And that one's radar guided as well as the Matra Supers. So I like to typically wait a little bit, let everybody take off ahead, especially when it's a small map like this, and kind of try to maintain a low approach. I found out very quickly that staying at about a mid altitude is better for radar locks, and I almost hit my cousin right there, but we're still good. So yeah, I've been trying to get used to the engagement distances on my radar guided missiles. As you can see here, I definitely shot a little bit early, so I knew immediately right when I did that that was a waste of a missile, so do not do that. I found that closing in at about 14 kilometers seems to be a good range to fire them at. But really where this plane shines is the Matra Magic 2s. They are very vicious once you close in. And so what I do is try to come in hot and find some high flyers. I like to try to get a radar guided kill first. And that also jettisons some weight to make me a little bit more agile, because this plane doesn't exactly dogfight well. And right here, I get my lock, fire off my Super Matra, and that is a splash. And now that we're closing in, I'm seeing other birds down here, close range. Switch to Sidewinders and let these Matra Magics do their magic. And these things are, like I said, very vicious. I'm sure a lot of you guys already know already, but I have personally never experienced a Sidewinder like this. I'm very used to playing with American planes and using the AIM-9s, which are still good, especially the higher level ones. But these are just on another level. I mean, that was about 3 kilometers out, and it laser beamed them. Contact quick. So here I turn off, see that there's some bogeys high, and from here I switch back to my radar. And this is the thing that I'm still trying to get down, so don't freak out on me too hard. I know that there's going to be some people that cringe at that, but I'm still trying to figure out the radar system and how to get accurate pings. I know that there's a lot of binding to do, but I've still made it work. So right there, I get off my other Matra, and that one slams him, he's done, and that's 3 birds down already. And as I'm closing in, see this F4, I'm closing quick, so switch to my Sidewinder and let it rip, and that tracks right into him and gets him out of the way. So right there, being relatively new to top tier, I mean, a 4-kill game has had me pretty stoked. And even though this might seem like a rarity, I have done this now a few times, actually. I've only had this plane for like 2 days, and I find that more games than not, I'm getting, at least 3 kills, 2 to 3 kills, 4 kills on a really, really good match, which this was one of them. I tried to get that gun kill and failed, so here I have no more missiles, and I'm contemplating just booking it and going back to base. But as I realized, there's only one bird left, and it was him, so I go to do my little turnaround here, because I'm like, just going to commit, try to get the gun kill. But right when I do that, they take them out, and that is it for that game. And all in all, I try to stick to that strategy. Sometimes I'll mix it up depending on the map. But especially on this Afghanistan map, it's been very favorable for me just to wait. Let everybody go ahead, let the F-14s shoot off their AIM-120s and do all their crazy stuff ahead of time, and then I go in there once everybody's distracted, and you fire off your missiles. And I found that. So now we're going to take off in Game 2. And here we do it a little bit different. We take off with everybody else. I don't like to go up the gut. I prefer to either veer off right or left, just because I don't want to be caught up in those long-range radar strikes from those F-14s, because I will say those things are very toxic. I know that I have a lot of countermeasures with this bird, so I tend to avoid them, but I will say more often than not I end up getting smoked, and that's not any fun. Regardless, that's another big thing that I love about this plane is you have 144 countermeasures, I think, when you come into a match, which is very, very nice. I play with the Phantom in America. I also picked up that premium while it was on sale, and you only get 60 countermeasures, which is still good, but it's definitely no comparison to 144. And I have found with this thing, I'm rarely getting shot down by radar or heat seeking, just because I have so many countermeasures at my disposal. So here I kind of go with a different plan. We're going to fly up at mid-altitude. Not too high, but also not scraping the ground either. I feel a little bit more confident with this plane being up higher due to the amount of countermeasures, like I said. So here we pick up another bogey. He's closing pretty rapidly, so I'm just trying to get my seeker lock, and once I do, my super goes away, and this is going to track him down and intercept him perfectly. And he's done. At this point, we turn off, try to see if there's any other bogeys. Obviously, periodically letting off flares is always a good thing to do, flare and chaff. I have mine set for a combination to be prepared for both. And right here too, we'll let the magic do its magic, and he is done. And just like that, it's a double strike. Which, I don't know about you guys, but even coming out of a RB at this tier with 2 kills, it's a good game already. So that guy is dead. We'll steer off, and we'll scan. And now I'll fly a little bit lower, just in case. And I see that everybody's behind me, so we will turn. That is one thing with this plane though, is I notice I try to pull a lot of high G turns, and I find myself losing control and blacking out a lot, pulling a lot of over G. And that's even with all my stats maxed out. But here I'm going to attempt to try to get a radar lock, and I cannot do it. Well, I do here. Fire that off, and I shouldn't have done that. That missile is not going to pull that many Gs. It's not going to be able to track them. So coming in overhead, I'm going to try to get on this F5, fire off the super, or the magic, and that's done. That's a Shadow Strike 3. And just another outstanding game, and I've just found that my games have really looked the same with this thing every time. I mean, it's, in my opinion, it's a great plane. I hear a lot of people say that it's mid, and I understand that, because at its battle tier, you're fighting against things that are way more capable, but I've had great success. And here I try to go for the head-on, which was a huge mistake, and I get smacked down. But still, regardless, it was a great game. And we ended it off being top of our team. But overall, it's a great plane, and I just wanted to share it with you guys, and let me know down below what other strategies you guys have for the bird, and I appreciate you guys watching. You guys take it easy.